You've done the work. The traffic's coming in, your dream clients are visiting your website, but no one's booking. That's not a marketing problem. That's a website problem. And I'm going to show you exactly how to figure out where people are dropping off and how to fix it. If your marketing is bringing your dream clients to your website, you should be getting booked out, plain and simple. And if you're not, then there's probably something wrong with your sales page, your landing page, or your website. I want you to understand that if you're focusing on getting more people to your website when your conversion rate is low, then it's probably not a marketing problem, it's a website problem. You've got the eyeballs, they're just not converting. See, your conversion rate should be somewhere between 3 and 5%. Meaning if 100 people visit your website, 100 of your perfect clients visit your website, between 3 and 5 of them should become clients. If it's less than that, if your percentage is less than that, then that means the problem lays in your website. Now, it could be a myriad of different reasons that people are not converting on your website. Maybe your messaging is off, maybe your form doesn't work, but we don't know what that reason is. But we don't know what that reason is for sure until we look into the data. If your conversion rate is low, I want to dive into why this happens and what you should be doing instead of trying to push more ads. Here's what most people don't realize. Just because your website is pretty doesn't mean it's effective. And just because you can build your own website with drag and drop builders and AI doesn't mean that you know the best practices to use to make your website convert. But there's a tool that even experts use to figure out where people are falling off their websites and how to keep them more engaged. That tool is called Hotjar. Now, Hotjar is a tool that lets you see the behavior of your website visitors. Where are they getting stuck? Where are they getting lost? What are they clicking on that you didn't realize that they would want to click on? And this helps you fix things that are just not working on your website, repeat things that are working really well, and just give your users the best experience they can on your website. This tool shows you how people behave on your website, not just the numbers, but how they behave. Sure, you could have numbers all day, but until you see how people are behaving on your website, you won't be able to make those money-making improvements. Instead of analyzing all the data to try to figure out what all those numbers mean, you need to see what people are doing. It's similar to asking for valuable feedback from people. And that's exactly what Hotjar does. It shows you where people are getting lost, frustrated, or downright confused. All you have to do is fix it for the next person. But I want to show you exactly what I mean. In my first year of business, I came from a coding background and I knew how to code things. I didn't know about user experience. I didn't know about design or messaging or anything like that. I found some cool websites. I made one look like that, but no one was booking and I was freaking out. Luckily, I had Hotjar installed on my website so I could look and see where people were getting stuck. And what I realized was that people weren't even scrolling down my website. They didn't even care to see what I offered because the top part of my website wasn't grabbing their attention, wasn't hooking them in, and wasn't telling them that, hey, I can help you, I can solve your problems. So what did I do? I made that top part much more enticing and speak to my target audience. After that, I booked out an entire season of my first year as a business owner. And I did it using Hotjar scroll maps. So what I want to do is show you a bit of what I mean, show you some of the data that you can get from using Hotjar.
Okay, so I want to give you an example of how Hotjar works. There's a couple different things you can look at in the back end, and it will tell you different things. Here I have Hotjar on my website. I have the free version. You can totally have the free version. It's going to give you a lot of good data. It's just not going to give you data from every person who views your website. So here's an example. This is a heat map of my services page, my current services page. I am currently on the move section, as you can see right here. And that means that this is going to show me exactly where people are moving their mouse. So you don't really think about it, but oftentimes we move our mouse when we're reading or towards what we're looking at. So this kind of shows that people are looking here and then they're reading this, then they're kind of scrolling down to this text, and it's going to tell you that kind of stuff. So this can tell you where people are actually stopping to read the text. We can also look at clicks. So if we click right there where it says all clicks, it's going to show us all the clicks. And mind you, I am here on desktop. You can also look at tablet and mobile. So this is going to show you exactly where people are clicking on your website. Are they clicking on the logo? Are they clicking on different things in your navigation? Maybe there's one that they're just not clicking on at all, or we don't have much data there. Maybe some people are clicking on things because they look like a button, but they're not. So that's something that you want to look at. Like for example, here, this shows me that a lot of people are looking at this is for you if, this is not for you if, to see if this is for them. So that's good. That means people are trying to figure out if they want a website audit or if they need something else. Okay, and then the last example I'll give you is the scroll data. So scroll data shows you how far people scroll down your page. Here, of course, 100% of people are going to see this because it's the very top part of my website, of this page at least. And the average fold is the average bottom of the screen. So above this line here, everyone's going to see this. Now this shows me that about 80% of people are scrolling at all. I don't know what the other people are doing. They're either leaving or deciding that they want to look at other things first. And you can see just how far people are scrolling. So this tells me that I might want to get rid of some of this stuff. And actually, as of this recording, I have taken this out. It's just not reflected on Hotjar, especially since this is the last 3 months and I did it relatively recently. So I'll come back in about a month and look and see if that has improved things. All right, lastly, you can look at recordings, which is pretty cool. Of course, you do have to collect information from people to get their permission, right? That's where you're collecting cookies and stuff like that. So look into that before you put this on your website. But you can see where people are coming on your website, how many actions they take, how many pages they visit, and how long they're staying. And if I click play, it's going to show me what they did, where they got stuck, where they got lost. It says they made 7 clicks, they made 1 U-turn. So they're reading this, which is really funky to see when you first see it. They clicked my services. Let's see what they do next. I can also speed this up. So twice the speed. This is pretty cool. I haven't actually looked at this. Looks like this happened yesterday, so that's awesome. So if I click on any of these, it's kind of a note to myself that this is where someone got frustrated. This is where things were working the way we wanted it to work, etc. So here it shows me that someone went to my services page. They looked through the audits. They read everything. They decided they wanted to see more. So now they're at the sales page and they're diligently reading through it all. Now, just so you know, most people are not going to diligently read through things like this. They're going to skim it.
Numbers are so important, but qualitative data is invaluable as well. This is so important that I have all the students in my flagship course, Vision to Launch, learn how to use Hotjar and use it to keep updating their websites as time goes on. I also use it when I audit my clients' websites so that I can see exactly where people are getting stuck. Many of these clients come to me and say, hey, I have this website, but it's just not bringing in business. I'm not seeing any return on investment from it. It's just a waste of time and effort at this point. So I use things like Hotjar to figure out where people are falling off on their website. What is confusing them? What's frustrating them? What's making people leave? From there, we can fix that and people finally start getting a return on investment on their websites. I hope you can see the difference now between guessing the issue that people are facing on your website and actually seeing where people are getting frustrated and leaving your website. Because most people are not going to reach out to you and tell you where things were frustrating and confusing. They're just going to leave your website, and that's that. This is even if they got to your website through ads that you paid for, and even if you know that they would be your perfect clients, they still will just leave your website and go onto your competitors. You don't need to guess. You need to see where people are getting stuck and confused. You need to figure out why they're clicking back and forth, why they're backtracking. If they did their research and finally decided that they were going to work with you, but then when they went to work with you, it was just too confusing, they're probably just gonna leave. And if you're wondering just how much Hotjar data you need before you can actually make improvements on your website, you need to watch this video on your screen right now.